This year sucks. At this point, it just seems like every year in the 2020s is kind of ass. Let's be real. Last year wasn't great either. I mean, there's a reason I only got, I think, 15 videos out last year. I've gotten barely anything out this year. The reason I'm making this video is because I wanted to rant about how shitty my life is. Obviously, I'm kidding, but this year is getting a little bit worse. I don't know what's up with this year. This year just sucks. It's bad. And what's funny is this is considered a WTF year. One sec. What's funny is this is considered a WTF year, which is just a shitty year. Now, I didn't really read super deep into this, but I guess the general consensus is this shit only happens every 5 years. You know what happened 5 years ago? COVID. All the way back in 2020, which, look, I'll be honest, right? COVID sucked. I had better luck with 2020 than I did this year. And we're not even close to the end of the year either. That's the scary part. There's still time for this year to get worse. Ugh. And look, I've tried to stay hopeful during the whole thing, even during the worst of the year. But I don't think I can keep that hope up anymore. Because this year just always finds its way to bite my ass. Last month was shit. One of our family members died, which not something you want to happen every year. And I honestly just realized it earlier too, the fact that this is technically a WTF year, or a what the fuck year for short. So I'm guessing that was the worst of it. The thing I'm honestly worried about is next year, because here's the thing, right? 2020 was god awful. COVID started. It didn't technically start in 2020. It started like maybe a month before. I guess other people had it earlier. But regardless, that happened. It was shit. And people were like, okay, 2021 will be better. Don't worry, guys. You have nothing to worry about. 2021 is going to be the year. It was still shit. No, 2021 was way worse for me, in fact. This is something people don't talk about. COVID started in 2020. Where I was, it got way worse in 2021. It was actually more habitable in 2020 than it was 2021. At least in my experience. I don't know. I'm in Canada, maybe it's different depending on where you are. Or was different anyway, I don't know. And that's the thing. COVID is technically considered done, I guess, by most people. We had to do the whole mask and this thing for so long. I just do that now. Every time we get back from the store, I just wash my hands. A little souvenir from the COVID days. Oh, my voice cracked. Oh, I'm going through puberty. Oh, shit. I have a visitor. 2021 was ass. In fact, 2021 emotionally for me even was ass. 2022 was a little bit better, but the 2020s have just sucked. The last time I'd say I even had a somewhat enjoyable year was 2019. I actually really enjoyed that year. 2022 was at least better, but I got very sick and did some very bad damage to my nose. The whole point of this video is 2025 is sucking more dick than fucking... I have no idea. This year just sucks. And I have a bit of a theory to that, since this is an odd number year. Most even number years are supposed to be better. Yeah, this isn't one of those. Although that's just a theory. A game theory. June of this year sucked, but there were more issues aside from that happened earlier on in the year, and later as well. The beginning of the year started mild. We pretty much immediately started having issues with our internet. Our Wi-Fi router said and died, so we had to call someone, and we switched providers completely, and we got a new router. It fucking sucks. Pretty much right after we got the router replaced, it started having issues. Just immediately started having issues. Brand new router. No. Poor quality. In fact, I would say we were having more issues with that one than we were our old router. So, and that sucks because we couldn't switch back. No. Our old router completely died. And then there was one night where it completely shit itself and the internet wasn't coming back. And my grandma had to phone the person who gave it to us, basically to say, hey, your router's shit a little bit. And by the way, that wasn't cheap. That was expensive. The routers are not cheap, but this one wasn't especially. We had to pay the same amount, at least as far as I'm aware. At least we almost did, I think. The person came by and just adjusted it a little, and we had way less issues. But still, that's just immediate red flags. It's supposed to be new. Our provider, I'm pretty sure, is Explore, which, all I have to say about it, sucks. Dick. But whatever. We got that issue sorted out, and then June came around, and holy shit, this month sucked. One of our family members passed away in June, and we had tons of visitors trying to help out all that, basically just, you know, celebrating his life, and we're still getting hella visitors to this day. But then a bunch of family drama started, and all I had to say during this whole thing was just fuck me. Not in the way you're thinking. Get your mind out of the gutter, you fucking weirdo. I'm 14, I can't do that yet. This year is going wrong in so many ways. I prefer 2020 over this. And then more issues began. We were mostly having issues with our electricity because our house is old as shit. In fact, when you go down in the basement, the date, I'm pretty sure it says it was built, or at least finished, in 1915, which, that's the year I was born. That's an old one. That's like the Vine days. Yeah, Vine might be coming back. Thanks, Elon. Because of how outrageously old our house is, we have very old breakers, and your main breaker, at least nowadays, is supposed to be 100 amps. Ours was 50. We constantly had breakers tripping and all that shit, and it died. It just finally decided, fuck you and your entire family, and it died. All the other breakers, at least as far as I'm aware, were fine. It was just that one. But you know what? We got it replaced. We had tons of people coming over, replacing it. Oh, the electricity issues were still installed. It was still having issues. They didn't stop. Shit was still tripping. And you want to know why? They fucked things up. So my general understanding of things is the main breaker was, I guess, misplaced, wasn't placed properly. So it didn't work. We quickly found this out when we had them coming back to our house to take another look at things, and they said, huh, that's not supposed to be like that. Now, we did go on call with them for a little bit, basically to say, like, yeah, we're having issues. And why is this? Okay. We found out that there was rat, home, poo, pee, poo, and shit. It's just in our breakers, which is not something you really want when you're trying to live in a house, but what can you do about it, really? But it was also misplaced, so the dude came again, he replaced it, not replaced the entire breaker, just repositioned it. You know what I mean. Why do I even bother planning these things up? And ever since then, we've been fine. Or have we? Because just last night, our Wi-Fi router started having issues again. Oh, what? Now, this one was a much lesser issue. It stormed a lot last night, and it kind of just caused things to go. Jesus fucking hell. The entirety of Burford, Ontario lost their power, excluding us. Somehow we were spared. We're on a different grid though. So thankfully we were spared, but our Wi-Fi router wasn't. As of now, I'm actually pretty certain Burford's still, but that's just a guess. Our Wi-Fi router is good now. It was out most of the night, but it did come back on. Or some of the night, but it did come back on, and it's a good thing, especially since most of the people here, including me, are absolute fucking night hogs. We are night owls. We are up mostly at night. Even now, it's super early in the morning. It's still fairly dark outside. Like, it's lighter out, but it's still kind of dark. That could have been a way worse issue, but thankfully it wasn't. But I'm worried now. It's almost August, I think. Yeah, I think August. So what is going to go wrong next month? I am trying to stay positive, but when one of our family members dies and our electricity just goes, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to stay hopeful? Everything is just getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. I did not know my voice could do that. I'm gonna try and stay hopeful, but let's just put a quick emphasis on the word try. Maybe I should redo that video. Anyway, hopefully August is way better than the last few months. Hopefully no one else dies, and hopefully there's no more family drama, there's no more electricity issues, and there's hope. The funny thing about the electricity thing is actually that it's completely fine now. Something's still wrong down there, and we're not experiencing any more power outages. Burford got their dick sucked. Could that be a glimmer of hope, or is that just luck? Maybe it's the first one, maybe it's the other, maybe it's both. My voice is in terrible condition. I am fucking tired. Anyway, I just wanted to rant for a little bit about how much my life sucks cock. Diddy's free. So enjoy this possibly new series that I'm probably gonna call Rant. Enjoy this new series that I'm probably gonna call Random Rants, because I have to throw random in everything. Anyway, that's about it. See ya.